So the Ugly Stepsister's out on Shudder, and it's a thing. So let's talk about it a little bit. Have a seat, grab your drink, let's do it. Cheers.
We are the DFPN. Always question the answers.
So, Shudder's got a new one for us. The Ugly Stepsister is now out for streaming if you have the subscription service. And it's interesting. So, it's written and directed by, and I'm going to butcher these names because this is a foreign film. Written and directed by Emily Bleichfeld. And it stars Liam Marin, Andal Torp, and Thea Sophie Lochnice. Nice. Yeah, again, I'm butchering these names, but stick with me because this is this is an interesting film. So essentially, what you have is the Cinderella story, but instead of all of the magic in the Disney films, those portions specifically have been replaced by body horror. This leans much more into the Grimm's fairy tale version of the story than the one that we all know and love with some of my favorite Disney songs, which I know is kind of cheesy, but "A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes" is my favorite Disney song of all time. If that tells you anything about me as a horror fan, there you go. But it's basically you have a woman and her two daughters, Elvira and Alma, and their mother Rebecca, who move to a castle because the mother Rebecca is marrying a man who has a daughter named Agnes. He dies shortly afterwards, leaving Agnes in Rebecca's care. And then the everything goes along the same path, right? They're invited to a ball. Agnes does something wrong, so Rebecca basically takes all of her beautiful things away, and makes her help clean up the fireplace and other things, right? Which is where the name Cinderella comes from. She is the Cinder Girl. Um, but she is, as in all of the other stories, very, very beautiful, very attractive, and someone that the prince would be very attracted in. And then you have Elvira, who is actually the main character of the story, who is not ugly by any stretch, in my opinion, but might not have the, I don't know, traditional beauty that you would think of from a Cinderella, right? She's a brunette. She's not blonde. She's not rail thin. Her breasts aren't quite as perky. The standard ugly stepsister stuff, right? But not taken to the extreme that they did with the Disney films or some of the other adaptations. Um, and once this ball is announced and they find out that the prince is going to pick his wife there, Rebecca, the mother, puts Elvira through hell. And I mean that almost literally. She tortures this poor girl to the point that Elvira actually starts torturing herself, um, physically, emotionally, mentally, to be able to meet this ideal of what beauty should be, and to get the attention of the prince. And as the story progresses, as it normally does, you end up with the ball and the slipper and the trying to get the slipper to fit and all that good stuff, right? So again, nothing groundbreaking with the story itself. Now, the presentation of this is drastically different from any other adaptation you will have ever seen. It is bloody, it is gory, it is nasty. There are scenes in this movie that I had to turn away from, and I haven't done that to a movie in I don't know how long. What I will say is that it is extremely well shot. It is extremely well acted. I thought that the score was done very, very well. Um, and it is a movie that, while I have no desire whatsoever to watch it again, and I know there are people out there who really enjoy this kind of thing, this for me is a one and done film. I saw it. Um, I was impressed with the special effects that they used. I was impressed with the gore. I was impressed with the ballsiness of the story. Because I will tell you that this is for an American audience. This crosses a lot of taboo lines when it comes to theater horror. There are visuals here that are very Cronenberg-esque. I'll put it that way. But really, if I had to narrow this down to a single word, right, or a single statement, if somebody were to come to me and say, "Hey, what the hell is the Ugly Stepsister?" I would say that it is a cross between The Substance, um, the Cinderella stories that we all know and mostly enjoy, some of us love, um, and Pearl, the Mia Goth film, the prequel to X and Maxine. It very much has that kind of fish out of water feel to it. Um, but overall, I think the runtime of the film is around 2 hours, so it does not overstay its welcome. Let me verify that real quick while I've got the page up. May as well. 1 hour 49 minutes. So it's there. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't feel too long. I don't feel that there's a whole lot that could have been cut. I thought the story arc was well structured. There was nothing that left me with questions. It's a tight little picture, and one that I would recommend to anyone who is a fan of body horror specifically. I don't see this making a big splash with the slasher crowd. For anybody that's looking for a tense, creepy, uh, atmospheric horror, you're not going to get that with this. This very much plays with it plays with lightness and levity, contrasted against the darkness of what Elvira goes through. Um, but it's a very interesting film. It's shot almost in the style of, like, if you take, it's going to sound really weird, but if you take Pearl and like Pride and Prejudice and marry those two together, you kind of get visually what this film ends up being, which is it's very creative. I've got to give it its props, and the star of this movie is outstanding. Some of the things that she has to do, some of the things that her character ends up doing are just like I don't really know of any other way to put it. It's just it's an insane experience. It's a wild ride, um, but one that I think if you're a fan of body horror, you should check it out. For anybody else, go into it, but understand that it might not be for you. I know it's not for me. This isn't the kind of film that I normally go. I would, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I would not have sought this film out. I can't think of anything in the trailers that made me go, "Huh, I should watch that." This was very much one of those movies where I heard it was coming. I saw it was coming on Shudder, and I was like, "Well, I've got a Shudder subscription, so I'll check it out while I wait on some other films to release." Um, but yeah, I really don't. Normally, I go about 15-20 minutes with these, but this one's one that I think I'm going to keep fairly short. Um, I will say, from the Dat Feeling Podcast Network, the DFPN family has been doing some great things. So if you get a chance, be sure to go out there and take a look at some of what the rest of the crew are putting out. You've got the Smoke Pit Podcast on Friday nights, Cutting Edge Hero. with Danny, Landon, Randy, and Jen on Wednesday nights. The chairman is doing some great things with regards to comic books and comic book adaptations over on the United States Department of Nerds, or the USDN. And then Kaylee and Deontay here are absolutely killing it, talking pro wrestling over on the No Gimmicks podcast. So go out, check those out, give them a like, subscribe, find us on Facebook, find us on Blue Sky. We're all over the place. All of us are happy to sit and chat. So uh, by all means, check everybody out. Not just me. They've got a lot of entertaining stuff going on, and there's more to come. But so yeah, that was that was the Ugly Stepsister, and man, was it ugly beautiful, we'll call it. Again, well done, but not my cup of tea. Um, so yeah, check it out if you're interested. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know where I'm wrong, where I might be. Maybe I'm missing something here. Um, but yeah, until next time. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you clicking and subscribing. The channel's growing by leaps and bounds, which makes me extremely excited. Um, but yeah, go see a movie. Grab a loved one, grab a partner, grab a friend, grab some popcorn, and go sit in a dark room with a bunch of strangers and just enjoy stepping away from the real world for a while. Until next time, cheers.